We want to say welcome to the bottom line Liberia discussions. This Tuesday evening. Today is the final day in March 2026, meaning that tomorrow is going to be April 1. Paul, you want to take down that music? So tomorrow is going to be the 1st of April, just in case you don't know. So we let you know and get set for April Fool. But let me say that tonight we're going to have a wonderful show. As you know, there are a lot of things unfolding in Liberia, so we're going to have more discussions. Paul and I are here already. We expect some of our colleagues to join us during the course of the program. So let me say officially welcome to the Bottom Liberia discussions. Paul, do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Hold on, Liv. One
Okay.
second.
Okay. So I think Paul is having some problem there, but in the meantime, we'll play some jingles while we wait for Paul to get set.
I'm okay.
So yeah, okay. So Paul is okay now. I'll just welcome you, saying welcome to the show tonight, the final edition for the month of March 2026. This month and this year, this month and this date is not coming back anymore. It's not coming back. It's gone for good. So, and this is the final day for this March 2026 and the final edition of the program on that particular day. Isn't it interesting?
Yes, yes, Linford, and good evening to you, and good evening to our audience as well. That's the beauty of life. It's short, so just how time run, that how human life run too. So yeah, it's gone. Yeah, I also want to say to our audience, I'm happy to be in paradise, to be among the living. It's good to be back here to have a discussion. Yes, this is what it is. And tonight we'll be looking forward to a very good show. Brother, how are you?
I'm doing fine, and our weather is good. The snow is melting unbelievably. It's melting, and so, and I was on Saturday evening. We me and the kids, the family, we went to Sweden to the border, and I mean, if you drive like 1 hour away from here, going down south, there was no snow. In fact, we visited our Liberian family friend that live very close to the border with Sweden, and they told us they didn't see the whole winter. They didn't see snow, but they used to live here though, so they know what the snow is here. But they said down there, they didn't see snow for this year. But the snow is melting here, and maybe only in the mountains, but in the city now it's melting. So you see patches around. So life is good. And this afternoon we were out to do some bike riding, so it's good. We're looking to the real sun now. This spring, April is the spring, and then May and June will be going to the summer. So I don't know. I know the UK, you've been having some sun, though the weather can be some funny way sometimes, but I think you've been having some good sun too.
Yeah, the thing is, since the clock went back on, went forward on Sunday, we got longer days now and shorter nights. So today, funnily, it was cold this morning, then later on, it became t-shirt weather. So you see how things can change. So probably we are heading there slowly, and pretty soon we'll be in summer. Enjoy the sunshine. So we're looking forward to it. And everyone look forward to the summer on this side because you have more cold months than the hot months. So when it comes like that, people feel happy. So something about
I
the
mean,
sun here. We have that
who
in the
who
border in Africa, and we run for it to come to join the cold weather.
yeah, and this is human nature, right? You really, I mean, to be frank, for humans, we really sometimes do not appreciate what we have pasture on the other side and stuff like that. But uh, I I think we should appreciate what we have and move ahead. Especially like when it comes to weather in Africa, the weather that we have is a very good weather, and we need to appreciate it. We need to accept it. But tonight we're going to be having wonderful show. So we're going to be waiting for our colleagues to join us. Not waiting for them. We're going to be starting, and they will be joining us later on. And so Paul and myself will be here to push a wheel while we await our colleagues to join us. If you join us by way of Jala TV in Liberia, please help us to share the show. Um, right now we're going to do some quick break, and then when we come
But
back, we'll be
Linford,
yeah.
before we take our musical break,
Uh,
you can have a conversation on this thing about people not human being as 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 whole that when what they have they don't appreciate it, and
no,
that is quite um, interesting because the reason why I'm saying this, we have plenty of sun, and then during December most of us will run to Liberia just for that sunshine to avoid the cold weather. You get what I'm saying? Then on the side of the world, the white people during the summer, they naked themselves to ten like the black people. And then the black people too, they don't want to, they already dark, so it looks stupid to them. So and when they go to our own side, they come out, they look very dark and turn. Everybody can be pressing them. So the thing that we have, why don't we appreciate it, brother? I just don't
no,
understand it.
Paul, you're right. And you see, the thing about it is that look, you will not know that what you have is the best, and somebody wants it. Now, listen, I live in Norway, and Norway is a very mountainous country, mountains everywhere, brother. You cannot see uh, maybe a distance, a long distance, especially from where we live. Okay, up. So it's a lot of mountains, and then when we travel, every time I travel to places like Holland or Belgium, I love the landscape because it's very flat, and you can see far ahead. You're driving, the roads are wide open to you. But then people come here and they praise the mountain that we got, man. No, you here, you see the next mountain maybe 10 kilometers, in fact 5 kilometers away, and then there are towns or villages there to that other side, and you're on the other side, and between you is the water. But to go to that town that just 5 kilometers, maybe you lose almost 10, 15 kilometers because you got to drive along the hill and find if they got a little bridge somewhere where the water, you cross it, then you start going to the place where you just standing looking, you can walk and go, but you got to go around. And these mountains, and people come here and they praise, oh no, it's so beautiful. And I'm like, come on, guys, you mean you love the mountains, so you can't appreciate what you have until maybe if you don't have it again, then you begin to miss it. That's why the old people say you will not appreciate that tree that stands and gives you shadow during the sunshine in your yard until when you cut it down. Maybe that tree can make leaves and the dry leaf falling, you sweeping it, and then you complain, oh, the tree, man, I'll cut it down. But don't forget that that tree will provide shade for you when the sun is very hot. So the moment you cut it down, you start missing it, and then you will not miss that dirty well, that water, well that's the only source of water you got. You can draw water from, but it gets dirty, and then you say, "Oh, the dirty water." Until when that well runs dry, then you begin to complain. So this is human nature. When you have it abundantly, you don't appreciate it. When you don't have it, then you chase it. The same thing with money. People who are very rich, they use that money to do evil things, to kill people, to do bad things. But then you see the poor people killing themselves, working 24 hours just to get that money. So you see, life is like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But guys, like I said, if you just joining us, please help us to share the show. And we're gonna do quick musical break, and then we'll come back, or some short commercials, and when we'll come back, Paul will be telling us exactly what we have, or some of what we have on our table today, so that you'll be prepared, and then wait for the me discussions. Again, our colleagues will be joining us during the course of the program. Some of them are on the way to get on. And so we are going to start the show. While we're here, you can stay with us and allow the show to go on while the rest of the guys will be joining us pretty soon.
You are watching the review of Liberian newspapers' headlines that made news during the week on the Bottom Line Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
And you are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia discussions. Paul, you want to tell us some of what we'll be looking at tonight? Oh, I guess Paul didn't get us. Get me. Okay.
Yeah. We'll be looking at Mama Liberia today because something is quite concerning regarding the situation at the Guinea and Liberia border. We've gone nearly into a month. It's about 21 days now. Certain people put foot on the Liberia sword. And our government are silent about the whole thing. Probably not aware of what is going on. They say they carry on background, how they call it, diplomacy, that no one have a clue of what is happening. People are panicking of what is happening in Liberia. But then, the same government yesterday did something very interesting, that the police IG have to read the legislature that Yekeh Koluba said something about breaching of national security. So now they want to impeach Yekeh. So the question here is to now will be diving deep into the situation with Yekeh. Why Yekeh? What have Yekeh done that require the lawmaker to want to impeach him? We'll be looking at that. So that will be interesting. Then from there, we'll be looking at the international scene. Because the Yekeh story, without that, with Perfect Key, is the government here to shut down critical voices? That will be the discussion today. So, Linford, back to you.
Okay, thank you. And on the international front, of course, we'll be looking at the war in Iran with Israel and America on the one side. Was it accidental? Was it coincidental? Or was it something that is planned long time ago? Because there is a video that shows that all of the American presidents, not all, but from George Bush, in fact, from Bill Clinton, George Bush, and Obama, up to Biden, and now Trump making the war, they all talk about it, but they never took action. It was Trump that did or started the dirty job. And then we'll play a video of Donald Trump from 1987 when he was very young. And you will hear what he said. That time you're not even near the presidency. But you will hear what he said about Iran. We'll play that video. And then we'll also look at some of the reported casualties that the American government is receiving. And the reason why we'll play that video, not that we are celebrating that, but we'll play that video to tie it in with the over 30,000 men that they are deploying on the grounds since the air raid has not succeeded to the point where America will be satisfied that they have to deploy ground troops. So we'll be tying it in with that. But so like we say, you can stay with us tonight. You can stay with us. We're going to take our musical break, and when we come back, then we'll go directly into our discussions.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber. Stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. People who are The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you screw us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. No one to trust. My people no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. With the promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
Through trials and tribulations, you have prevailed. Your spirit is unbreakable, never derailed. With a rich heritage and culture and grace, Liberia, you are the land where you grace.
You are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia.
Yes, indeed, the Portland Library is here, and you are welcome this beautiful Tuesday evening, the 21st of March 2026. Like Paul and I said earlier on, this day is not coming back anymore. So if you didn't see this day, then I don't know how you're going to do it. Let's say welcome to Jima. Jima is also here with us now, and we expect others to join later on. So Jima, welcome, and how are you doing?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing great. Manchester is great, and we'll just see what's happening. Just got quite excited to talk what's happening back home in Liberia. It's just quite interesting thing. So far, we're doing all right in Manchester.
Good. But only thing you guys not winning.
Winning what?
No, that you can win a football team all the time. So,
Winning what?
oh, what is Manchester known for? You got two strong teams over there. You got
We
City
got
and
Manchester United, got
United.
Manchester City, and surrounded by Bolton, surrounded by Liverpool. These are all in the neighborhood. So we are surrounded by great teams around the world. So the most powerful teams around the world. So if
Yeah.
you
I
talk
must
about
I must admit that because
Mhm.
I'm from the south, Southampton. We so far we have Southampton, Portsmouth, and Brighton, and
Right.
Son and Bonnie tried their best to.
Yeah, but if you talk about football, if you mention about football, Premier League in UK, if you don't talk about Liverpool, you talk about Man United, you talk about Man City or Chelsea, other great teams as well. But it has to come around Northwest, which is Manchester. So whatever you say, we still take the credit. I don't know what Paul going to say about Arsenal. They've been winning games for the past 20 years. We never heard of any winning from that end.
But Arsenal, we are set team. Man. Look, the thing you guys don't understand, we take the young boys to the academy, train them without fighting to
Yeah, I
win.
know.
We train
I
them, we
remember
sell
you
them,
guys.
we make money.
I
We eat
remember
your team.
when the Frenchman was running the club, he said you guys were one of the best teams that managed well financially. And this is not financial, it was not about finance, it's about winning. So I don't know what you guys are doing, but you got you're one of the best managed team in the world in terms of finance. That's what we heard. That was the big news you guys were carrying around. But now you guys are not
But
even
that's a
winning
fact.
political.
You see, you can't have everything. That's the thing about us. Like I said, we take the boys, we identify them in the community, take them to the academy. From there, we feature them, we entertain the big teams, as you call yourself. You're coming by them, and we make the
You think
money. We said,
you think the
you can't win.
Barcelona,
You can't be winning. You can't
you
have your
think
cake and eat it, or you can't eat your cake and
Guys,
have it.
Liverpool,
if
Barcelona and what is the club name? Those
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid club fans are looking for what they train. They're looking for goals. They want wins, victory. That's what they want. All these guys are attracting fans and supporters because they're winning, not because you manage club and bring players and bring them onto the field. They want victory is what matters, man. Come on,
Okay, maybe Paul
victory is
gets
what
something to
matters.
say, but I already told you, you can't have your cake and eat it. If you eat it, you don't have it. If you have it, then you don't eat it. So,
All right, then. We'll discuss that later. Football is always my interest. Let's discuss that next time. Paul, what do you want to say? Arsenal is not winning anything. Don't say anything yet, Paul.
no, I'm not saying anything, so I'll hold my peace because well, remember back home,
Mm-hmm.
we had this RE supporter that had big mouth, but
Mm-hmm.
when they win one season, the whole year people came here. But when
So,
Barrow
which club
turn the
was your club?
season around, they go into their shelf like when snail go into a shell. So I'm not seeing anything, but we get
You know,
into May. It's not
you,
far.
you need to
May
keep
is
your
just around the
you need to
corner.
keep your lip tight until we see the
Yeah.
end of the Premier League. So
So,
because there's the only consolation victory you're gonna have in this year. So let's have you guys have that. So at least you guys have to settle because
but
consolation
but but
victory is the one that coming up. It just got a
Jamal,
couple of points
the
away. Yeah.
team that haven't won the Premier League for 20 years,
Mhm.
everyone is praying they shouldn't win it. Why is this team not good enough? But everyone just on their back. So you forget
yeah.
it until May
So
comes. So
you're lead us. So yeah.
yeah,
Anyway,
Okay.
that
We'll
was
let's
see.
say welcome to Sisi Father. I don't know, Sisi can hear us.
Hey, greetings from Western Pennsylvania. How you guys doing today?
Thank you. We are
Yeah,
fine.
we are
I
doing
can hear
great.
you. It's good to be here
Yeah.
and to be joining you. Apparently, the time has shifted, so uh, there is a daylight saving. So I was out in the community. You know, those of us who do community work. And then I was thinking it was 4 o'clock, and then when you apparently had started at
Yeah.
3 in time. That's the slight
But
change.
it's not too bad. It's better late than never. But though we just came on to
Oh,
probably Jima was not here the last time when you were on. Jima, this is Mr. Sisi Pade, a former workmate of mine, and he now lives in the US. and actively he's not a journalist now. He's a pastor. So yeah, but he was here the last time, and I think this is the second time or the third time here.
No, this
But
is my second thing.
okay, second time, and he has expressed his willingness to sometimes just pop in like he's doing now whenever he has the opportunity for us to discuss Liberia and other world issues. So this is Mr. Chima Kamara, a former practitioner too. So we all here putting ideas together, on the show all the time, and you already know Paul. So
Yeah,
guys,
right.
yeah, so I want to
It's,
say welcome to
it's
all
great
of
to
you.
meet you, Brother Jamal. I'm just wondering what part of the world are you? You guys are all in Europe, is it?
Yes, correct. I mean, specifically reside in Manchester.
Okay, you are in Manchester. So the both of you are in England.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
correct.
Yeah.
Chilupe and Jamal. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
in London just last year, and I was sharing with Chilupe the first time I
This
was
is-
here.
you want
I
to
might.
adjust your microphone a little bit, probably a little bit lower.
Is the microphone okay?
Yeah, it's
Can you
okay. Yeah,
Linford?
we're hearing you. We're hearing you. Okay, guys. So tonight we're going to be starting from the home front, that is Liberia, and we end abroad with foreign news. And we all know that for the past 20 days at most, we've had these skirmishes, not actually skirmishes, but we have this unfortunate situation that anybody can call incursion, or maybe you can call it cross-border attack, or whatever you want to call it. Because if it is a skirmishes, it means that our forces are also doing something. But these guys just encroached on our territory, and they say they have a reason why they're doing it. And there has been some meeting, with both presidents. In fact, three presidents from the Rural Union. But so far that I know, the government of Liberia has not briefed the nation of Liberia on the outcomes of the meetings, what was said, what was promised, or what was the reason why the Kenyans crossed. All we've been hearing is hearsay, they say people, people giving their own uh, opinions on the issue. And so this thing has dragged on for a couple of while now, and as we speak, I understand the guys are on the territory actually in Liberia. And I mean, I stand to be corrected on that one. But of late, there has been this attention drawn to a lawmaker, Yekeh Koluba, that the government has taken it very seriously for for the fact that he was accused of making certain statements that didn't go down with the government concerning this issue. And they are now calling for his impeachment. I think there is a discussion on the floor in the House of Representatives for Yekeh to be expelled or removed or suspended. And then the police director did, I think he did a communication, an official communication to that effect. I think Paul has some details on it. So, Paul, you want to take over and tell us exactly what you know, and then from there we can start the discussions.
Well, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
to our audience, we want to say welcome to the bottom line discussion. Kindly share the show. Yeah, Linford, it's quite interesting that the police RG will send letter to the legislature that Yekeh Koluba says something that have national security risks to the country. But then what comes to my mind, the IG got a boss who is the Attorney General of the country. So, and you're dealing with a lawmaker. Isn't that a procedure that the Attorney General, who the head of the Joint, not head, but part of the Joint Security, and advises the president on issue? Now, the IG read the legislature now calling for Yekeh to be expelled. This is quite interesting, and this is what we'll be discussing tonight. What did Yekeh say that prompted the situation that they're calling for his removal? Now, we're going to link this with what happened back a few months ago with this man, Kosoko Prefeki. The same government applied something on Prophet Key, and we spoke about it on the show. Said, look, although he's a man causer, but that his freedom of speech. So where are we heading? The Yekeh situation, we're going to dive into it, and we want our viewer to contribute on it as well. So that's what we'll be looking at tonight. It's quite interesting. So Jamal, Doc, and Linford, this is the situation on the ground. Why Yekeh? There's serious problem going on. The government have not come out boldly to say what is happening. People are not aware of what is happening. But now, after Yekeh, is that a distraction of what is happening? We want to know. We're just curious. Jamal, Linford,
yeah, thank you.
Dr.
I just want
this
to,
is the situation.
yeah, thanks. Before we delve into it, probably most of the people that are following us don't know what's been happening lately. Yekeh today made a press statement, very, very extensive press statement. We're going to reduce it to 2 minutes. He made some revelations. On that, we'll pick up a thing. So we'll play that, we'll roll that clip so you can pick from there. We can also discuss the issue right there. And it's very important. Probably, when you say Yekeh saying the right thing, is he the right? Can he be impeached? What he said, is it impeachable? And is it against national security, or is it against the sovereignty of the country? There are other things we need to look into. But we'll give when you give you a few minutes of your time, we will roll the video from Yekeh that he had a press conference today. And after that, we can delve into the discussion or conversation. So just give me a few minutes, let me roll the video.
Instead of solving the problem that we have in the country, he's thinking about 2029, how he will rig the election. Taking his personal friend and making him election commission chair. We think is wrong. We think he needs to check himself to make sure that Liberia is very peaceful. According to our source, telling him that when my case, when I go up to the Supreme Court, he shouldn't give credence to my case. Mr. Yami Gbese, I want to challenge you and dare you to go against the will of the people. Then you will feed the people. You must sit down, let Mr. Boakai carry you the way he's going, because he has already become a failure. Mr. Boakai has become a failure to this country. He have abused and looted and robbed the interests of the Liberian people. You have a serious situation between Liberia and Guinea. People say, oh, you can say, oh, Guinea must take the land. Guinea must. Look, I made my opinion on the matter. While trying to get on a flight from Ghana to come to this country, I received the communication. The statement from Mr. Boakai that was released by Kula Fofana, claiming that Liberia is claiming our land. So, you now understand yourself, Mr. Boakai, you're contradicting yourself. As per that statement, you are saying Liberia is claiming Somali land. Then you want to investigate me, you waste your time. There is a challenge between Mr. Boakai, Mr. Yami Gbese, and Mr. Yekeh Koluba, 2-1. I will challenge you and I will defeat you. Let me tell you something today. You think we'll be afraid to go to the Supreme Court? That's the only process we have right now. It will challenge the process to put you people on record. I made my opinion, and my opinion is of no harm to anything in the country. The situation was going on before I came to Liberia. I came to Liberia on the 16th, when the situation was already on. So I'm waiting for us to obey. I want to respect my colleagues. I want to respect people that want to take action and want to take. I respect them. But this battle is between Mr. Boakai, Mr. Yami Gbese, and Yekeh Koluba. We'll see who will win. You think we'll make somebody afraid here? Instead of solving the problem.
That's the today was the extensive. We just shortened the video to pick the key points so we can discuss this. And he even talked about the oppositions in name like Mr. Alexander Cummings, Mr. Councilor Tiawa Gongolo. He mentioned a couple of politicians that should be
George Weah,
involved. Hmm? Sorry.
President Weah,
Yeah, President Weah, and other thing to get involved and also Ellen
and
Johnson
Madam Ellen
Sirleaf.
Johnson Sirleaf as
Yeah, to
well.
get involved into how we can resolve the issue. So that's the video. So we can start the discussion. So we can see what you've said and what we get from there, how we look at our own perspective. That's the video tonight from Mr. Yekeh Koluba. He had a it was a long interview. I think 38 minutes in the press conference.
Yeah.
Let's hear from Dr. Pade, because this is quite interesting. Before you come in, Dr. Pade, remember the last time we had a show here, I said by the time your next appearance, Lofa County will be divided. And you said, well, diplomacy will resolve everything. We're nearly a month. It keeps dragging on. And my fear here is, in the military, they get it in dress by dress. People will be dressed in back up to Bond County and other and Cape Man and bombing, while Lofa County will not be part of the map anymore the way things are going. So I just wanted to remind you that from that discussion, nothing happened yet. So let's talk about Yekeh tonight, because it's the same Lofa County.
Yeah, Brother Chilople, I'm a Liberian in the first place. I'm a student of history. I know Liberia full well. I cover Liberia. I cover the territorial confines of the 13 counties. Then quite a while, as Lincoln will know. And my first appearance, I indicated to you quite clearly that I wanted to use the wisdom of Winston Churchill, reminding us in the English land where you sit, Manchester and London. What I do know that the situation in Liberia is challenging, and you have unconfirmed reports that are coming from different facets of the society. Liberia is gullible politically. I think it's kind of ironic, to see people who are in the legislature who cannot keenly even quite understand profoundly the purpose of their mission. The state is paramount in every given situation, even where I sit in this part of the world. Isn't it? The state is paramount in where you sit in Britain. National security disclosure are not attainable if the British government declares that the media cannot speak on it. The same is in the US. So we need to watch history and be aware of the intricacies, what it involves, what peace is, what the illusion of what war is. The proclamations that people make, are they ideal for public information or not? And I think those are the parallels that are involved in this particular situation that exists in Liberia. Sadly, there are many who in the legislature who cannot comprehend quite profoundly, vividly, what is the purpose of their mission as full representation of the people. And I think Yekeh is, I'm not trying to be political here, incoherent in his analysis in terms of what is it he's uttering and whether he has the right from a national security standpoint to speak on it. Now, war is a very challenging proposition. We need to be very careful. Know our history, where we've come from to where we are. Be aware of the challenges we've gone through over a period of 25, 30 years. That some of us who sit today on this panel know the difficult challenges and the experiences we endure during the time of war, the victims of war. And I think Yekeh is one of those. I do understand the circumstances dramatically in terms of what has prevailed in Liberia over the years. Some of us, by the grace of God, have the opportunity to have what Linford narrowly escaped. We're not better than those we left behind. That's the reality. So Liberia is in a challenging situation from a nationalistic standpoint. As we have these debates, as we have these conversations, let's be aware that war is a very challenging situation to manage. Information sharing in war. We experience it, Linford and I and others, and we know what it takes, what it involves, the misinformation, the disinformation, as to where the clarity of information is coming from that is being issued, or a statement that is coming forth as the legislator. What is bringing Ellen Johnson Sirleaf in the conversation, for instance? What is bringing it? The legislature has its own rules and regulations in terms of what members are required or are not to do. So I won't sit here to litigate what the legislature, in terms of the representatives, what do they want? They have rules. And if anybody is going or offending those rules or is going contrary to those rules, there are regulations and stipulations that are specified in terms of what governance is and what is it that the representative is supposed to do or not supposed to do. I'm speaking from a national security standpoint as a profound person who's been involved in communications over 30 years.
Right. Right. So Doug, this is quite interesting. Now, you've been in communication for 30 years.
Yeah.
Something has happened to Liberia.
Yeah.
The government have communication arm. Everyone is silent. People in the village are scared. No one knows what is happening. No one is speaking. So everyone is speculating. So where is the national security in this one, that if government refuse to tell the people, look, you don't have to breach the national security on it, but give the people hope that something is happening, but everyone just speculating. This is where we are. You see?
Once in a while I do. I think my question then to all of us, from a moral standpoint, from a journalistic standpoint, from an investigative standpoint, are we saying since the incident up to the moment, the Liberian government has not issued any statement at all, or people want statement to come forth on a daily or on a weekly basis? I'm not a government spokesman.
No, so this is in the U.S. When the U.S. say Florida is invaded, definitely every day somebody, the governor of Florida, will be telling the citizen of Florida that look, the president visited Guinea. When he came back, there was this press conference that was held. But we're going to a month, and since then, nobody know what is happening. So everyone is speculating. So that's what I said on the program, that Lofa County will be cut off because I don't know what's happening. Nobody telling us what's happening.
You are sounding very pessimistic. You as a Liberian cannot speak that way.
The thing is, what the government I put in, if they're not telling me, if they're not telling me, I can be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be informed. But if they're not saying anything, then how?
Okay, I think let me jump in there. You see, it comes a time when when things fall apart, the center cannot hold. Now listen, the things we're talking here, people talk about national security, breach of national security interest and stuff. What is the national security thing involved in this whole border thing? The people encroach on our borders, right? They are sitting on our land. If that particular Makuna River is the border, then they are wrong. They are on our side. I would say, as a librarian, I would say they are wrong until somebody can tell me the reason why they came. Now, when Yekeh got to Liberia, the journalist knowing Yekeh, who he is, this very boisterous guy, this guy who will blast and he will talk before he even think. And so they question him. And then I think the statement he made, I'm not too sure because I didn't listen to that whole thing, but I think the statement he made was that the Guineans are coming for their land. Okay. And he, in this press conference he had today, he justified it by saying the president put up a statement through the press secretary that Liberia is claiming a land. So if I am claiming something,
then you read that. I want us to be as careful as possible in terms of what.
No, I listened to him. He said, yeah, I'm quoting Yekeh here. He said, the statement that the president put out through the press secretary, in that statement, he allegedly said that Liberia is claiming the land. And if you claim something, that means it could also be yours and you try to get it back, or it's for somebody and you get in it. So, it was very dubious, that particular statement. And you asked me if I read it. I didn't read it. Let me be frank. But let's look at what was the breach? What was the breach of the security information there? That now you live in the US. I got thousands. In fact, I follow every day. There are so many people that I follow from the US who are saying things that if you say in Liberia, right away you're being jailed. They say it to Donald Trump. They say against the war in Iraq. They say all these things. And still, people go free because that's their opinion.
In jail, Lakewood, let's be fair. Are you saying if you say that in Liberia, you're going to be in prison?
No. What I'm saying, I'm like, I think I'm speaking metaphorically.
Yeah,
let's take this for example. Here is Yekeh, who only said the people are coming for that land that is coming to take that land. So how does that make the Guineans to take the land or to leave it? Now, okay, fine. Expel Yekeh, right? Expel Yekeh from the house. How does that help the situation? Even if you kill Yekeh, how does that remove the Guineans from the soil? So, in my own opinion, what I think is most important is that the government should know Yekeh is our citizen. There is nothing you can do to this Yekeh. You can jail Yekeh, you can do everything. But the grave situation we have on him that will even pose more national security is the Guineans' presence on our soil. Okay? So you have that to deal with. So if you remove Yekeh today, or even if Yekeh resigns today, how does that help the situation? So I'm just being opinionated here. I'm just giving my own opinion. But we want to welcome a couple of people who will continue with the situation, with the discussions. Let's talk. Let's welcome Gabriel Benson Boti. He said we got the information. Okay, Gabriel, you read in the chat room. Just put the correct information. You know, probably you come from Guinea. You know why the Guineans are on our land, or maybe you are at the border. So for us, we are not there. So, and because the government is not giving us the information minister came out recently and said, because people are saying that the government is not doing anything, and of course, it's the right of the people. When you are sitting and people are encroaching on your land, you expect your president, your government to move. But the people did not see any action. Then he said, if anybody say the government is not doing anything, volunteer and go, they will give you a gun, so you can go fight. So the gun that you get to give somebody to go fight, why you can give it to the army to go fight? The citizens are expressing their anger. And then
let me follow up on that. If I piggyback
Linford, we are not hearing the Reverend very well.
You're not hearing me? Are you not
okay, now. Yeah, okay, good. Much better. Yeah.
Maybe I need to get a little more.
It's okay. I can hear you now.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, Liberia is in a dedicated state. We know the experiences of war. We know where we've come from. Diplomacy is not something, diplomacy is a process. Not many ordinary people understand that. And even those who are beating the drums about war, do they really know war? A bulk of these young people, when we were there, when we covered Liberia, when we went through the trenches from towns to villages, covering the challenges, some of us know what war is. We know the effects of war. We know the challenges of war. Diplomacy is a process. It takes time. I know people are overwhelmed, and I think the government need to be as responsive. I'm not trying to say what blame for what you have indicated. The government must be as clear as possible. But like I indicated from the very beginning, war is
And
something
this is the problem. This is the problem.
of the
You listen.
information.
You and I know. You and I know. And sorry, guys, if Susan and myself always walk each other down with it, knowing each other for a while. But the reason why we're using each other as reference, especially in this case, is that we were at the forefront of the MPFL versus or the rest of the other factions war. We always work at the front. Okay, so you know that every time if my daily feature program is now on telling the people what happened yesterday, you are covering the presidential detail. You hire a program. So we know we're feeding the people with information in Greater Liberia. And I can tell you that the power of information, we're in her bell. We're working, we're fighting in smell notice in RIA at the airport. For 3 months, we're there. The federal day will decide to close it, and people are in Habel doing their normal thing. The federal day will decide to close the radio station to Habel. The whole of Habel, everybody move. You see? So information is very important. But they cannot think the people are anxious.
Yeah, these are normal times.
So the people need information every time.
All right, brother.
Yeah, what is that?
Something up.
Check the borderland chat room. That's the letter from Kula Fofana that Yekeh was quoting.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
We can put it up. We can put. You want to put it up?
What is the key point you're trying to strike? Because I see an underlying paragraph or something over there.
Let me see if I can go to the chat room.
What is
Yeah, Jemai, you have something to say?
in this particular?
Yeah, no, go back, put it back. Put it back. Look,
Okay.
Reverend Zizé, look what he said. Look at this. There's a. If you can't see, I'll read out for you, please. It says, paragraph 3. Recent incident in Solomba area of Foya District, Lofa County have raised concern among residents and local authorities following reports of confrontation between Guinea soldiers and Liberian civilians near the border. Local sources indicated that tensions intensified after Guinea troops crossed into territory claimed by Liberia near Solomba, a border community in Lofa County. So
Yeah,
that's
well,
the.
I mean, yeah, well, maybe
it could be interpretation. How do you interpret that?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I think that statement should have been strongly worded. The press secretary is issuing a statement on behalf of the government. The press secretary is not reporting. All right. The press secretary is not a reporter. That is reporting from where? From the Solomba area. The press secretary sits in the office of the president of the Republic of Liberia. The press secretary should be issuing a clerical information in there that is strongly worded.
And so is the press secretary
Can I ask, sorry, can I ask the Reverend? Reverend, do you agree with the statement, or you just make your point clear here?
Well, what I'm saying, the statement sounded like the press secretary was quoting.
But the press secretary has been giving information to, and it's been approved by the president before it's been issued out, right?
That you are being clarity on it in terms
okay.
of
okay, yeah, and this is where I want to come in. This is it. So how do you how
indicated? Because the government is that is the source of information, it should have all the information in terms of what is.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now you are following the professional trend. So how would the government want to hold a citizen? I mean, let's forget about Yekeh's let's just leave the
Yekeh thing, I think we need not to dwell much on it. Yekeh comes from an institution. The
Yeah, but
institution
Yekeh
they
said
have
his
no
statement
policies
is
to
in
get.
line. Yekeh said today he clarified that he said his statement
Yeah,
is
but
in line.
let's say it. Let's be realistic. First of all, I mean, I cannot say quite clearly in terms of what Mr. Koluba or the representative is trying to say. When you speak and when you address the issue concerning whoever the leadership is in the country, there has to be a considerable level of humility in expressing what it means. All right? And I think the
Well,
irony,
okay.
irony,
I don't think we need to waste a lot of time on this.
No,
I don't
I
think
just want to make
well,
some.
no, on a freedom of
they are
speech,
sitting
on
within
a,
the legislature who
yeah, on
have
a
this.
freedom of speech, nobody,
I don't have any
nobody,
issue with freedom of
yeah.
speech.
But on a
We
freedom of
have
speech, nobody can edit what I say.
of an
People can only
individual.
react to what I say,
Okay.
but nobody's supposed to edit what I say before I say it. On a freedom of speech, that is a born right. But let's welcome Maggie Smith and also
Freedom without
Tuan Gray.
responsibility for that is even within the press code, the paradigm of our profession. There must be freedom. Freedom is for everybody. Freedom must be exercised with what?
Mhm.
Responsibility.
I
Let, let,
agree.
let,
So let's work
let,
on
let,
let's work on our guests. This is
I
traditional
want to
here.
say.
Let's work on our guests. Chadona Brown Triple is always here, of course. Then we got Gablije Benson Booty. Gablije, we hope you'll be here all the time. Don't just kind of condemn or and go. We can get the information. Tuan Gray, she's in and out. And let's also welcome there was somebody near Mayi, Mayi Smith. Welcome. Thank you for greeting us. And let's also look on the other board and see Augustus Gatume. Welcome and thank you for being there. And also Aline Oguer, Yvette Sifa, and Melvin Dishil. We hope that all of you guys will continue to join us. This is the Bottom Line Liberia discussions. We do discuss the issues from our own perspectives. All of what we're talking, most of you got more information more than us, but we are only giving our own perspectives on the way we see it. Like I always say, everybody will go to the cinema, watch the same movie, but when we go home, we explain it a different way. So we are just giving our own thoughts about it. But
Yeah, but
guys, okay,
let me ask you,
Yeah.
Jamal,
Yes.
Brother
Yeah.
Jamal has not spoken.
Yeah. I want to say something. We've discussed the issues right now. We all know the tensions. There's a tension between the two countries right now. We also understand President Barkai, together with Mother Bio, they went to Guinea to discuss the issue. We don't know the details of the present. We believe the Guineans will have withdrawn from the borders. They did not, and up to present. So I don't know. Nobody has any information here how far the diplomacy is going. So I'm just asking, from our own perspective, what is the way forward from here?
It's peace. It's peace and continued dialogue. I think is the way forward. Now,
with
I
who?
listened to somebody 2 days ago. I listened to somebody yesterday and the day before yesterday. Now, Jamel, you may have further information. I do have people in Conakry and other parts of Guinea. How true it is, that the conversation that is creating the tension at the border is not even anything that has to do with mineral issues, but it has to do with the national security threat that the Guinean government sees because of what the tribal tensions that have existed over the years, even before the ascendancy of Dumuya, who came from the military, to the current position between the Fulas, all right, and the tribe that he comes from, or the particular strategic group that support his ascendancy on the one hand, and then the question around what is it, Kula Defense Force or whatever it is. I heard people trying to speculate around that, but I mean that's just speculation, and that's what I said. Everything we do here, let's realize the question you raised. What is the way forward? The way forward is peace. The way forward is reconciliation. The way forward is to get to the bottom line of that particular situation. But you and I do not have the basic information that is needed. We're not government spokesmen. We are just ordinary citizens who are concerned
And
about what is
and Zizi, thank you so much. Thank you, Zizi. Thank you. This is a problem that the people have, the ordinary people have, the people who live in that area have. That they
yeah,
don't, so we talk about diplomacy. Who are we consulting with? The people that we're supposed to be consulting with have already come across to us. They are sitting there after the first meeting with their president, and their president was in that meeting. He was not absent. Why did he amass troop and cross the border after that, after those discussions? So, and then we'll say, and then we the citizens will sit and say, okay, let's wait for diplomacy.
And there are
Wait,
26 villages in the local county have been affected and they've been
yeah,
displaced. So,
who are we discussing with? Who?
so I'll to Mr. Dr. Ziza, before you answer, I just want to what Lipo is saying.
yeah,
Right. I think we also mentioned that we did not play that part on from Honorable Yekeh, that he's calling for some experienced Liberian politicians that have been dealing with the countries in the region. Like you got
yeah,
ECOWAS, you
Yeah.
got Monterey Union, you got AU. Your term, from the time up to we left, I don't remember having an issue with Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia. If easily resolved, if any issue, it doesn't go more than a week. You have the regional bodies involved to solve the issue. Why this is taking so long?
Exactly.
It's affecting trade between borders. That particular region is not being visited. Nobody crossed there. So the trade between the border, people coming from Solomba area into Guinea to do business, or from Guinea to Liberia, it's not working, and it's been going for over weeks now. So
yeah,
what is the diplomacy? If you have any information, there's the diplomacy. Let us know where
yeah.
is the
But
diplomacy going on.
let me ask you the question then in
Go on.
reverse.
I just said something. You want to ask me a question? I want you to answer me first, sir.
Yeah, I'm asking the question because when you say where is the diplomacy, you and I are not government officials.
No.
I'm not the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I don't work as a foreign minister. You don't. All right, Chilo play for you don't. So everything we do here, as we come on having this conversation, is to do it within the context of what our own analysis. And a lot of times, the analysis that we make may be far short or may not be quite adequate or accurate in terms of scope that's supposed to be issuing the information. And that's why I think the government of Liberia, I said initially from the very beginning, war is a proposition that is very difficult to manage, especially information within the prevailing situation that is existing at the border. I'm certainly sure that there are works and diplomatic engagements that are taking
No.
place. When
Can
people
I interrupt you, sir? Can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
Just a
You can't be
second.
such a show when you don't
You
know.
know, yeah, what you're saying here is like we don't know, because if these discussions or conversations were going on in the background, you will see people coming from Monterey Union, ECOWAS, flying into Guinea or
Yes.
Liberia, inviting our ministers to go and discuss.
Are
There's no
you saying
sign of
Right.
that.
nothing has taken place since then? Is
No.
that the point you're trying to make?
Yes,
Or
I just want to add to that again. And what is
Yeah.
happening? I'll just tell you something that happened. What was the issue of the election commissioner, a chairperson, David Brown Lassana, who was displaced for her job and later on was asked to be, and ECOWAS, I think it was Manarival, ECOWAS got involved and she got restored back to her job. There are other regional issues that are going on. We will be aware of the movement of delegates, powerful people behind the house. The government has appointed, even not government officials, some powerful people within the cycles, the political cycles, to go to Guinea or go to countries that can speak to Dumuya to listen. If he's not listening to the president, we're not seeing those signs. We are not asking that. We're not calling for war. We want diplomacy, diplomatic resolution, but we are not seeing any effort. You know what we're talking about here is about 26 villages in Lufakanda has been affected.
Look, man,
And it affect the lives of people. People be displaced.
Yeah,
And we're talking about, those are the things we are worrying about here. We're not saying that Liberians should take guns and go fight Guinea. No, we are saying that why this issue is dragging so long, and we're not seeing any sign of, it says the weakening of the president. That's what we are putting through here today.
I don't think so. And I think we need to be very careful how we try to clearly delineate what is taking place behind the scenes. I come from both. I know the pain. I know the experience. I talk to people from time to time. All right, and I'm concerned about the gravity of the situation. What I'm saying is there has to be a way to resolve this issue, and I'm certainly sure there are some works taking place diplomatically behind the scenes. When you talk about ECOWAS, you know how slow ECOWAS has always been in matters concerning the region. This is not the first. That's why ECOWAS to some level, people would say, in terms of its engagement and what it needs to do, ECOWAS is not as effective as you and I sit there. We know what it is. It's not only within the Liberian context, even within the Sahel context and other regions within the context of the West African community. So we know what the leaders do most times. And when things get out of hand, it's only time they want to intervene. That is not what we pray for. That's not what we see. So what
Well,
I'm,
okay.
No,
I think, guys,
let me come in. Let me come in here. Look,
yeah,
yeah, Paul,
in
come
the,
in
in
because we are spending a lot
the,
on this thing.
let's be hopeful and be prayerful and admonish those who are in charge, including President Borkai and all the Minister of Foreign Affairs and others who I am certainly sure have adequate skills
yeah,
on all states that are negotiating and dealing with this particular matter that is affecting the border. Guinea and Liberia, like you said, Brother Jamel, these are borderlining regions. We come back with a long history. Liberia has always been the vanguard in the defense of Guinea, the same Guinea. All right. So I know there are challenges concerning what is really the situation that you and I cannot pinpoint to as to what is has brought this brawl and that has brought about that is brewing the tension. The understanding that we are getting from other sources is that the tension to some level have subsided. Yes, there's an issue at the border. What is this guy? The superintendent. Did you guys listen to the superintendent for the county the last time that visited? It was a
Okay.
media, isn't it?
Okay.
And
Sister, I think we got to lay
no, I
got to
want
lay
to.
this thing to rest. Oh, Paul, you got
No,
anything to say?
yeah, I
yeah,
got something to say. Look,
Uh-huh.
Jamal said something, and I want to pick on that. I think the government is weak, and weakness comes in so many forms. If you can't tell your people
yeah.
what is happening and everyone's speculating, now going to Yekeh, I think is distraction from what is happening in the
No,
on the
yeah.
border.
I know you have a point on that.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Reverend. I think it's distraction. The reason why I'm saying this is distraction,
Mm-hmm.
we have Monorail Union, we have ECOWAS, we have AU, they all there, and we also serve on the Security Council where we have Louis Brown is there. All of these channels. So if people not speaking to us to say, look, what is happening is concerning all Liberian. Not let me finish. It's concerning all Liberia.
Brother,
The government is look every day. The government is doing X, Y, Z to resolve this problem. But information minister come and say, "Oh, people saying there if you want, we give you're going to go for it." Is that the kind of information that we want? So I think this government, because in a normal, I said Liberia, not a normal society. In a normal society, the legislature will be calling on the executive by now to be getting what we call hearing. But in this case, they're getting Yekeh Koluba to go and sit. That's a complete distraction. And it's the president that's supposed to be reporting to the legislature on what is happening. We don't have to know, but we're seeing that we're seeing action. But they're going after somebody who made a statement that quoting the press secretary of the president, that making directly from the president. So I think it's something here that we're looking at a different point. I think the government is weak.
In my opinion, I would say that this thing, people try to politicize it with Yekeh. Number one, Yekeh is this guy who will always go after the president. He will say things to the president, and the United Party people do not like that. Now, this Yekeh comes a long way. When George Weah was in power, Yekeh was doing the same thing. Yekeh would go at George Weah and even describe George Weah's shoes, his toes in his shoes, with chica toes, and the United Party were there clapping. When UP came in, Yekeh, from the onset, he had been like this. He had been going after Joe Walker. And then the United Party people do not like that. It's like Prophet Key causing other people, man, and the other people don't like it, but they're looking for somebody. It's like the snake. They know how to circumcise the snake, but who will hold it here? So now it came to the Chief Justice. When he calls the Chief Justice, man, the Chief Justice said, hey, I got the power. So that means we'll hold it here and we'll circumcise it. So they put Prophet Key in jail. But Prophet Key abused all the women in Liberia. When he abused one woman, that everybody abusing. Okay? Nothing happened.
On top of that, go on. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, to the point where the legal advisor to the president, when Prophet Key abused Judy Andy, he called the court and said that was not a case, and they had to cancel that case. Okay, now it's Yekeh Koluba. When Yekeh was clapping, when Yekeh used to be talking to George Weah, because it was in the favor of the United Party people that George Weah would become unfaithful, or unfamous, and then they will come to power. They were clapping for him. So now he had turned on them, and then it's problem. But I got a video here, I'll play it, then we'll all close on it. And this video comes from one of the staunch supporters of the Unity Party people, the people that brought Unity Party to power. Listen to what Dillon has to say.
Representative Yekeh, this and that. Julia, I got no moral standing. You know why you can't respond to Representative Yekeh, this and that? Julia, I got no moral standing to respond to Yekeh when he dealing with us. Because Yekeh ain't changed, and we don't want change. Yekeh only change job we are need to Joseph Boga. The same thing we're doing to job we are when you do to Joseph Boga. Or when you're doing to job we raise your hand for a real letter. So Yekeh said basically, she isn't happy today. Rescue people fair. Yesterday, rescue people were happy. She was fair. Yekeh stay in the middle. Do you know why?
I think
so you
can't
guys
say
see
more.
where I'm coming from. I mean, despite the fact that Yekeh made a statement, but the statement, in my view, the statement Yekeh made is not treasonable. It's not any national security thing. They asked him, he said, yeah, the Guinean people coming for that land. Simple. So how does that affect the situation on the border? But everything in Liberia now becomes political. The political side say, that Yekeh say the people coming for the land. Who is Yekeh? Yekeh not in the army, he's not in the Guinean army. Yekeh is not sitting on the border. You'll get the Guinean army sitting on the border, you'll leave then you'll come for Yekeh. I made a post today. I said, okay, yeah. Or go and impeach Yekeh. You after Yekeh, right? But you allow the Guinean army to sit on the border. How does that affect?
Yeah. But here's my thing. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, I just want to follow Linford. There was another video uploaded today supporting what you're saying. Yekeh was one of the hailed, well-respected in the Unity Party camp. Yekeh keeps saying that he does not belong to a party. He's an opposition, independent, but he goes to where he speaks for the people. So I think, Paul, you loaded a video today concerning about the current.
There's no way. If my mom go to that district and say they're running there, I will support Yekeh over my mom. That's what I told him.
And now this is seeing people. You see what happened. So why do you react to that?
Who is this guy? Is this
the minister, information minister, Pierre?
He's a political bedfellows. I'm not a politician. I come to speak righteousness to what's prevailing. And I think we need to use level heads and be aware of the history in West Africa. We know what happened to Sierra Leone. We know what happened in Guinea. We know what happened in Liberia. We know what happened in Cote d'Ivoire. The English call it Ivory Coast. All right. You know, even from the very opening when you play, he's talking about rigging elections and this. That's why I said the brother own statement in terms of being coherent. He's all over the place. But let's leave that for the history and for those in the legislature because they have their rules. It's a colleague of his that is going against him. They will have that debate. Eventually, in keeping with the guidelines, of their own regulatory framework.
No. It was the police RG that sent the request. So
I'm not talking about the police IG, whatever you issue. I'm saying about how the incident started. The legislature, the police IG does not have control over what's happening in the legislature. Those are two different
But then
things.
why is he
it's
writing a letter?
it's in the agenda. It's based on the police RG.
If the police IG call a representative on national security matters, he
No,
will go.
he's not calling. He's recommending in his letter. He's recommending the expulsion of the guy.
Yeah, but that's not his job. On
Okay.
national security
So
matters.
this is why I said the whole thing is political. You see, we're looking at it. You say you're looking at it from different perspectives. But this thing, if it had been one United Party man who said this thing, they will let it go. Trust me. But because it's Yekeh, it's this critical guy, and so they want to get rid of him. The only way you can get rid of this guy, you've been you're waiting for him to do something. So
I just want to ask Reverend Dr. Zizi Bade, I want to ask you a question, please.
Go ahead.
I know you're a very informed man and you know a bit about the Constitution and you've been around a little while. Could you tell me the statement made by Yekeh is impeachable?
I'm not a legislature.
No, but you should be aware of the Constitution, is it?
I am aware of the Constitution. The Constitution does give every individual the freedom of speech, but the freedom of speech has a responsibility. So, like that's what I said, is within the framework and the paradigm of the conversation at the legislature. They have their rules. If the police is inviting any individual, the police can invite any individual, either a representative or whoever.
But okay, can I hold you there? Do you think what he said is against national security? That's the question I'm going to ask you again.
That no security implication.
No, just like Reverend asked me, Lever. They said,
no, but I'm not a security expert. What I said was, as a media person, when it comes to national security matters, where I live, their regulatory framework, even where you are in Britain, in Manchester, that the British government could issue. Has the government issued it? I do not know. So I'm saying if the police has information, you and I don't have it. But within the court of public opinion and facing the law, those are two different things. So I'm sure Yekeh will be fully represented.
It is the same code of public opinion that Yekeh is presiding over as a judge and rendering his opinion. He said, he answered the question, well, if the Guinean people are coming, they're coming to take their land. How does that affect, how does that make or sign of paper that Guinea or take the land? Okay, that's what I said from the start, right? Remove Yekeh because of he has drawn the worst thing, remove him. But the question is, the next question you'll be faced with asking yourself is that, okay, Yekeh made a statement, we felt it was bad, we have removed him. But the Guineans are still at the border. How does that affect the situation?
You're not going to just remove. There are procedures. That's what I said.
No, granted that all of the procedures are met. All the obstacles are beaten.
Or whatever, as enshrined in the Constitution, within their own line, not the Constitution.
Wait, but okay, wait. Let me just ask you quick. You think why are they going through all the headache? They know that they'll go through the procedure and they'll be able to remove it. That's why they're going through all the headache. So let's consider that they will do it because the guys, number one, even if Yekeh will go to the court, who is the Chief Justice? You'll go to the Supreme Court. Who is the Chief Justice? A UP, the President appointed.
Yeah, but let's go, man. You are a reporter, man. Don't just assume.
I'm not in this platform. On this platform, we are not reporting. We are not reporting what we saw. We are discussing issues.
Give me your own fair analysis. Don't assume who basically or what.
In analyzing, you can also assume. in any form of analysis, you can also assume. Even when we're writing investigative report or papers, we can assume.
I made a prediction.
Assumption is part
I
of.
made a prediction on this platform that after Perfect Key, it will be Yekeh. And it's Yekeh. They will get rid of Yekeh. And after Yekeh, it will be another politician, probably who's doing the talking now, maybe the Musa or Tewan Gonglo, one of them. After Yekeh, that's another prediction.
They can't do anything. They can't do anything to the politicians.
I'm just giving. Remember, I said it. I said after Perfect Key, it will be Yekeh. The person with the loud mouth, they will go after you because
maybe
they have set the
Dylan will go for.
That's my analysis.
Always been
yeah, Dylan is clearly saying that he doesn't have the moral aptitude to do anything to say anything to Yekeh, because Yekeh did the same thing for Unity Party and were clapping. You see, the UP people, you gotta know this group. This Henry Costa is typical example. Henry Costa was in their camp at one point. This man accused, or the platter and accused Mr. Cummings of fingering people. They did everything. They took complete 3-4 months to castigate this man. Thanking, after they went through the investigation, they didn't find anything. At the end of the day, when Henry Costa did not get what he wanted, he turned against them. All of them. They could crucify Henry Costa. I recorded most of them. I recorded their comments. I saved it. What was saying, it couldn't sound people who were hailing Henry Costa. So, and when Henry Costa went to support George Weah in the second round, all of them said all the worst thing about Henry Costa. Now, after the election, when President Walker won, when Henry Costa started supporting President Walker, he started saying Google thing about them, making some, podcast. They all came, the same group who wrote the nasty things, they came back and started. So the people, they are very, no, they are all politicians. They are very unstable. All they want things to go their way. They want things to go down. So, no, but sister, you talk about being objective. No, listen. If that, my objectivity, when I'm objective, I'm objective.
The Chief Justice, I'm going to say in the law, in keeping with the law. Don't assume that
No, the Chief Justice, I will tell you, the Chief Justice, as long as you are appointed by the president, he will owe loyalty to the president. Trust me. That one is very simple.
Okay.
It's wrong, but he will do it. He will do it. I ain't saying it. Maybe they can. No, let me tell you, we are in Liberia. We're talking about Liberia. We're talking about Liberia. Nyami Gbese, disability justice, Nyami Gbese does not have any credential to hold any big position in Liberia. So that's his job. And he will do everything possible. One telephone call from the president will influence his decision. Okay, remove Nyami Gbese from the bench or from the chief justice position. Where you go? You either go to Nimaka and go sit in one second court, which he does not want to do. So he can't compromise or Yekeh Koluba case for his position.
I've seen a lot of unsettled situation in Liberia. The arrest agenda that's supposed to be in full gear by now. Everything just about it done for that Kofa, that Perfect Key, that Yekeh, just distraction all over the place. Then the Guineans, when they add their own on it again. So you see, it giving the government more headache than ever before. So the whole arrest, the yellow machine came by now. We're supposed to know where the yellow machine going. But everything just
No, the yellow machine, that's the question I just about to ask. The yellow machine, they are being packed so that they distribute them to the council, right? They are already distributed them. But then they are being packed so that because right now the government has not done anything in line with the audience. I'm not saying anything. They have done some things, but not, you see, because the mistake they made was you got a country like Liberia that actually nothing is happening. And then you got an agenda that is packed. A, agriculture, arrow, rule, the other arrow, rule, E, education, the S, sanitation, the T, tourism. You pack your 6 years, you pack your whole agenda with all these very, very great, heavy loaded thing. So they are not doing anything.
That was not a bad statement as a Liberian. That would not
No,
be a bad statement.
I am
No,
saying, listen, but as I said it, I said they have done something wrong. They refurbish.
they
Okay,
haven't.
show me one thing that they have done. Besides road refurbishing some roads that were existent already. Show me something that they have done significantly in education. Now, don't tell me say the appointed education minister. You got schools. I was in Liberia in November. They got school. You there? You in education as well in Liberia. You know.
I'm building a
When,
school
when,
right now.
yeah, when I started elementary school during the Pisco time, it's not the same thing here. All of us have started those days. So you see, what I'm saying, they overloaded their agenda. 6 years is too small. Now the 6 year will go 3 years. We'll soon be on to 4 years. When they enter year 4, it's no more time for development. It will be time for campaign. That when they'll start distributing or showcasing the yellow machine. Oh, no, if I can't get 10 yellow machine, yeah. Your for grandpa get 5, yeah. Your so at the end of the day, then the Liberian people being so gullible, they'll say, yeah, we get yellow machine, so we'll vote for them.
So, Jamal, Reverend, and Linford.
Look, man.
The way I see things here, I see it from the
on
other
the platforms
side.
today, we are very critical of all parties. So in that the unity party. So
I just want to say something. I want you to end. I want to hear everyone my view on the whole thing here. The government of Liberia today, because what they promised the Liberian people, they cannot deliver what they promised. So there'll be so many distractions. And every time there's distraction, time is going. So
the wrong way.
Yeah, they run. So you know the fanatical thing is in code, is dragging. Then you get a former finance minister, his own cycle is going on. Then now you can add another crazy Yekeh to the situation that every day you'll be on and he get followers. So that distraction alone, they will wait. The whole of this year going to pass with distraction. Then next year, beginning of next year, that's my prediction here. They will start giving yellow machine out to say the government is doing something, you vote for us. So they will start demolishing more places by next year. So this particular year is all about distraction. Whoever they want to find, they'll go after you. Now, what happened again? The war in the Middle East now add another salt and pepper on the issue again, because when there's no gasoline, there'll be demonstration. So the government is completely confused. They're in a state of confusion that they will not deliver what they promised. So that's how I see it. So the Yekeh thing, it will just be another drama like what happened with the capital building issue. It will drag on until the year end. And that's how I see it. So they just destroy. So all of what's happening in Guinea is not concerning them. That's my take.
Can you imagine
I don't
that
know where your take on this government. That's how I see them running.
The government said the thing at the Capitol building was arson attack, fine, granted, accepted, and signed. And in less than the government that we know, the Liberian government as a whole, especially the Unity Party-led government, in less than 2 months, they allocated a huge amount of money to renovate the building, while the kids were not even in code yet. Why do they say looking for suspect? No, so a lot of things happen. These people, let me tell you, I would. This is me, Linford, speaking. I'm not speaking as journalist on this platform. Every time I get on the platform, I talk as citizen of Liberia, okay, and I give my fair analysis, my opinion. And like I usually say, or all of us can say on the platform, we may not be right, but we are not wrong either. That's just how we feel. And nobody can edit what I think or what I want to say. I can say, if you want to edit it, fine, but I will say it before you can start editing. But I will tell you that this government, they underestimated governance. They thought campaigning against the ruling party, and then making it to look ugly, and then you come in and nobody should make mistake that I support CDC. No, from day one, I've always said I don't belong to any political party. If I would belong to any political party in Liberia, than MPP, because that's my political orientation. But since they are virtually almost non-existent, I support the ideology of Mr. Cummings. I'm now a member of the ANC. I will become a member if I see the need, but I support him 100%. So on this platform, I will give my critical analysis and sometimes even be biased because that's my opinion and nobody can change it.
Yeah, but
When they do good, yeah, when they do good, I'll praise them. When they brought a yellow machine, yeah, we praise them. Okay, because I know that yellow machine will create job some kind of way. At least you employ mechanics and all that thing. But at the same time, we got to be critical. And the only way our government will work, or anywhere in the world, in a democratic form of government, the only way the government can be good is when you have really someone else. If everybody agrees with the government, no, things will not work properly because the
yeah,
government will feel.
that's
Yeah,
tyranny. Yeah.
yeah,
So I mean, there will have to be diversity of opinion.
yes, and
Mel, you look
that's
like
what
you
we do.
are just you are on the platform, man. You're not saying a word today. You are
No,
practically you are listening
no,
because
I just want to give my colleagues the chance to speak. I don't want to interrupt. I just got something for her to take through.
Okay,
Um, with the what is happening right now, I just want to go based on Yekeh's statement. I just want to look at it from our own perspective. Uh, the controversial Yekeh statement. What do we see the end game to this? And now we expect the House to go into section to discuss the issue. Do we see Yekeh being out of this? Is he going to be expelled? I want to all give our own personal view on this. What do you think will going to happen at the end?
Jamel, I said to you from the very beginning, I'm not a politician.
No, your own perspective. What do you think will look like?
I can't tell you anything as to what's going to happen in the legislature
Okay.
in terms of a week or 2 or 3 from now. I cannot realistically tell you what's going to happen 2, 3, 4 weeks down the road. I think the most crucial issue that Liberia faces at the moment has to do with the conversation we had earlier about what's prevailing at the border. Now,
exactly.
Liberia
That's
is
what
a
we are
nation.
saying.
Yeah, listen, Liberia is a nation, it's a country, it has political systems, it has political parties, it has politicians. I'm not speaking for any political group. I'm only saying the most crucial thing I think we need to keep our eyes on and to make sure that there is some level, a considerable level of stability is the issue at the border within the Mana River region. I won't want to pontificate that, oh, okay, 4 weeks, 5 weeks down the road, Yekeh is going to be out. I can't say. I
Okay.
would, history is something that we will watch and see what unfolds. On that aspect when it comes to what the legislature intend to do. I want to be as clear as possible, and I know we all have different opinions. Labour is in Liberia. I'm there from time to time. I know there is a considerable level of progress to some level that is being made. Whether is on the issue of making sure the country to some level can gravitate from the stages of war to peace, to reconciliation, to healing, to development, to the creation of jobs for the ordinary folks who are going through difficulties and the challenges. I know the economy to some level is opening gradually. I was just listening to what was this Spoon talk or yesterday when an announcement was made about the coming in of a maiden flight for Turkish Air, which begins sometime in May. I know Ethiopian Airline is there. I know, there are other airlines, ASCII and others, transportation to some level in terms of travel for some of us who are in Liberia, not as politicians, but I'm building a college and a university right now as we speak. So
Well,
I'm
in Liberia.
yeah, I'm in every 6 months.
That's good.
My concern about Liberia is what can be created for the poor, the vulnerable, the weak. We have almost about 10 graduate students who attend our university. But those are things we're just doing behind the scenes.
Okay.
Uh,
Dr. Pade, quickly. I just want to interrupt you a little bit.
yeah, go
On
ahead.
the ground, you spoke highly of your limit of knowledge of the Constitution, not being a politician, You don't want to speak on issue. You want to be diplomatic in making a statement. That's fine. If you are given an opportunity to speak to the House
Yeah.
on the issue of Yekeh
Yeah.
and the Liberian people, what will you say?
Well, what I want to call for within the context of Liberia would be stability and understanding. And I would quote one of the great leaders of where you stay, where you live at the moment, Winston Churchill. George is better than war. We've come from a war experience. It hasn't done us any good. We've gone through the stages of over 30 years of inactivity, destabilization, anarchy, death, destruction. It hasn't helped us. We're just beginning to put the pieces together. We are in the stages of healing, and even healing itself hasn't come. So I want those within the context of the legislature to exercise wisdom. Wisdom is key in this process. We agree to disagree. And the hope is that they can heal that advice and work towards those basic challenges that are needed. Politicians argue all the time. They fight. If you look at even in your parliament, all right, people would throw blow and do this and this, that, and the rest of it. But the common denominator for the common good of Liberia would need to be centrally focused on how we attain peace in the country. That would be my call to those within the context of the legislature. Now, there are two branches. They are having their fight in the representative, the House of Representatives. The Senate is on one side in terms of what it is. Those political decisions that they make are not things that I can decide. But I want to speak to everybody, speak to their conscience, to understand that the lives of the people of Liberia is at stake. We need to do everything we can. We cannot revert. Here is the challenge for us in Liberia. Many of us along the way has been hate. Hate does not solve a problem. In this week and this season of Easter, let me remind all of us, we all fly the same flag. We come from the same neighborhoods, the same counties, the same country. Let's begin to put Liberia first. And I know along the way, we all know the experience of 30 years. It hasn't helped us. John Bryan is the problem, this person is the problem, this is the problem. We need to seek an agenda that seeks the interest for the common good. Those who are the downtrodden, those are people I'm concerned about in Liberia. I would stay here the rest of my life and say I don't need to. When people ask me, Doc, why you been in college over there? I'm doing it for the next generation. Those in the trenches, to open a corridor of opportunity. They can have the best of life. The quality of life can be improved. They can have quality education. Their children can be afforded the opportunity to go to good schools. To create that enabling environment that all benefit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. I appreciate it. Thank you for your...
I think we spent a considerable amount of time on this topic, and we need to switch because our time is fast spent. Actually, we've done with our time. But guys, we just got to cross over to the international scene. And as we speak, I don't know how credible the information is, but from sources, U.S. troops, some did arrive on Sunday night. So that's about 2 days now. And but the question many people will be asking is, this war in Iraq, because a lot of people I keep hearing people say, "Oh, you know, it was Israel that dragged America into this war." Yes, people may be right for saying that, but if Israel dragged America into the war, what is America? What was America's interest that Israel would drag them into the war? Because Israel does not run America, though. I mean, in as much as they may be partners, Israel does not run America. So my question I will always ask is, why would Israel come and say, okay, let's go fight, and then America, which is the most powerful country according to them, just get and say, okay, yeah, we'll pack our load, let's go fight, and so there is a video here I want to play, and maybe that video can help us to know the reason why America had to fight this war, especially with the kind of president they have now. And if you allow me, I will play the video so that you hear President Trump, then just a businessman, a young, very young guy, vibrant, full of energy, how he felt as an American that America had always been taken advantage of, and he would declare war on Iran, and he would take Iran oil, and that's this video is from 1987. So October from 1987 to 2026. That's around almost going to 40 years. Huh? So let's listen to this video and hear what he has to say.
Because I'm running for the presidency. I'm here because I'm personally tired of seeing this great country of ours being ripped off.
But as far as Trump is concerned, our allies are only part of the problem. The real culprit is Iran.
Why couldn't we go in and take over some of their oil, which is along the sea?
How would you do that? Would you send in the Marines? Would you take a chance in a war?
Let them have Iran. You take their oil. That's what
How?
How?
I mean, do we want a war? What do you mean we take their oil?
You go in.
How do we go in?
You're going to have a war by being weak.
Okay, how do we go in? What do we do?
Excuse me.
Yeah?
You're going to have a war. And it's going to start in the Middle East.
What if the Soviet Union said you do this to Iran, we're going to come in?
I don't believe it. The next time Iran attacks this country, go in and grab one of their oil installations, grab it and keep it, and get back your lost. This country has lost because of Iran.
The caption on that video said, "I'm convinced Trump is a time traveler." And just wow, that video is from 1987. He is speaking about Iran in those days, how he's speaking about them now. I don't understand how anyone thought that Trump was not going to be aggressive with Iran. Look at what he said there. He said, you're going to get a war by being weak, okay? You have a lot of people who says, we shouldn't have done anything. We should have just sat back and seen what would have happened. What would have happened? What would have happened if the #1 state sponsor of terror would have acquired a nuclear weapon? We already caught them for enriching uranium.
Okay, so you listen to President Trump. That was Donald Trump, a young businessman in 1987. Those of you who know mathematics, if you do that math, we're around almost 40 years, going to 40 years. Now, that was his long-term dream. Start a war with Iran, take some of that oil along the coast, and the woman asked him, how are you going to do that? Sending the Marines? He said, and so what is he doing now? Sending in the Marines. So this war, Israel was just a conduit or the facilitator. And it's like the two of them in conversation. Israel, you closer there. So always do, because America, we cannot go and say, okay, Iran want to fight us. So you go there, do the dirty job, and we'll come to help you, and then we can start a confusion. So this is Donald Trump from 1987. And exactly what he said. And if you go under the video, you will listen to what people are saying. That yes, he's consistent. He said this long time. That's why they like him, because and so this war in Iran is not about Iran having nuclear weapons. It's not about Iran being so wicked to citizens. It's something that they play a long time. And there's another video. It's just I can't lay only readily, where Bill Clinton made a statement that they will not allow Iran to have nuclear weapons. Barack Obama said the same thing. George Bush said the same thing. Biden said the same thing. And Trump was the man who declared the actual war because he had this thing on his mind for a long time to take all the oil. And he said, you know the reason why he said because America has been ripped apart for a long time. So you got to start a war to get your money back, to get some of your losses back. So the guy is all about money, all about where the oil is. Even if there were oil in Liberia, they got to move there. So guys, I don't know what you guys think about.
Yeah, America is in a very challenging situation. All right. Barbara Waters, ABC Barbara Waters was the one speaking to Trump then. All right. Famous Barbara Waters is the one speaking to Trump. You know, I mean, we would say just about a year and a half ago, America does not just take a decision alone. Even when they want to declare war, what do? They go to allies, isn't it? From history now. So, I mean, they go to the allies, they'll come to Britain. You sit in Britain right now, you know the challenge. The tension between the prime minister and this gentleman who sits here. All right? Because he felt that, hey, you know what? I can go in and just take the decision. America is the greatest and this, that. We don't need any consultation. Do you know where we are now? The guys are, with all that deployment that is going on, the guys are about to walk away. Because politically, it's not something he can stand. What's happening right now on the ground. I speak to you as a social worker, as a minister, as somebody who travel around the country, engage ordinary folks. And I can tell you the pain that they are enduring right now. We're paying more than $4 for gasoline as I speak to you. In California, you're talking somewhere around $7 or $6.50, depending on the part of the state you are in this country at the moment. That's the worst thing you can do to the American populace, especially for the electorates. They never will forgive you on it. So it's they thought, I think the glory that came from Venezuela got him energized. Thinking, you know what? He did not even know the story of the Middle East. Don't know the Persians. No, don't know the Persians. Don't know the role they play in history all along the way. You know what? We're going to move in and just do this. Oh, we're going to do it for 2 weeks. Now they said 4 weeks. You know what's happening now? You listen to the defense secretary today. Yeah, defense secretary, Britain, and all of you other guys, you need to go get involved. This is not only an American issue. That's what he's telling. That's the press conference from early this morning.
And of course, that's the best trick to play because you know what they're going to say? You know what they're telling the other countries now? That, oh, you're saying that we are room fighting? All of us can get off on the play. Okay, let's go. But when you were starting the war, you did not tell them. You thought that your Venezuela operation go in.
Bob Marley that says you are the big fish, the small fish, the small ash is going to cut you down. That's where we are in terms of the war has in the gentleman's. He is struggling now, figuring out how do we exit. That's what's happening. And the defense secretary will come up today in the press conference and say, you know what, Britain, Germany, all of you people, NATO, this, that, that's the responsibility. It's not only America. This thing is not only about America.
And there is people here castigating. We do New York. So Paul, you in the United Kingdom. Tell me something.
My good friend King Charles will be visiting Donald Trump next month. I mean, next week he'll be going to America.
Next month too far.
I said it's already tomorrow.
Yeah, but that story is different from.
Well, I come in so.
That way, you don't want to see the prime minister.
Yeah. So what happened here? You know, the country called America. If I say it, it's a country that full of lies. The Americans have a way they will lie to you and they'll make you to believe the lies. That Iran have been the most terrorist state in the world from 1979. But America will get business all over that been overthrowing government. They are good. So I will take you back. Some story they told us when we're learning how to read ABC.
Yeah.
The first man who landed on moon. Nobody has not ever thought of this story that where was the camera when he was getting off the rocket that sent him? They faked that story. Listen, they faked that story. They wrote books. They made people to believe it. This is the America we're talking about. They will come up with lies and people will buy into their lies. So what happened? The European, they always been fooled by the Americans. What opened their eyes was Donald Trump that wanted to invade Greenland. That God then said, no, the way this guy is going, he's going, if we don't be careful, he's going to come after us. That's what got them thinking that, no, what happened in Iraq, that Gulf War, you know what happened in Britain, the amount of people that were killed here, suicide bombers, the Europeans learned from this. And they don't want to get involved with the Iranian. They know them. So they decided, no, our hand not in it. Donald Trump, you remember in the 1960 or 50, the Vietnam War, go do the same thing. The Iranians are waiting for you. So to my brothers and sisters in the U.S. Army, Liberian, run away, get them put you in jail for some reason. Don't go over there because those guys are waiting. If they refuse to go, they know why they refuse to go.
Jima, what you got? I got one live video that I will play just more. But Jima, tell me something.
No, go on. I think Paul and Reverend made my day already. They've said what I would have said. So just go on with the video.
Okay, wait. Let me see if I can find. Paul said like run should run away. But then when you are enlisted, you can't run away. But guys, you
gotta desert.
If you get joining us, this is the bottom line Liberia discussions, and here we can discuss the issue, and sometimes we try to put a little bit of fun in it, and try to find our video, and this the reason why I want to play the video is the way they move into Iran, right? The first night, and then before we make our mind, man, Ayatollah was gone. And but in the whole thing, I'm hearing one man, I'm hearing my man BB. Where is he?
Oh, my man, the guy is the architect behind the scene.
But your man was very vocal that time when they killed Ayatollah, my man. The man said Ayatollah is gone.
The thing that you know why Israel refused for journalists to show what is happening there? They're getting hit every day.
Yeah, but that's the same conversation we were having about even with the CNN reporter, the rough of yesterday. All right, the government when they came, the RDF when they came to respond because it's an American reporter. The scuffle they had yesterday in that township, in that settlement that belongs to Palestinians, and the settlers are moving in. The settlers are moving in and taking the people gradually, and CNN did a report on. They didn't like that.
Okay, so let me roll a video, and the reason why I'm rolling a video is, if you hear, I mean, this is just my own opinion. The Donald Trump that I know, the guy will even sign a decree and take it and show it to the camera for everybody to see that this guy, is calling on allies when he outrightly condemned the same allies before. We don't even New York, but at this time now he's placing the whole thing in their lap. So something is wrong somewhere. So let me play the video. And we are not making fun out of this war, but this is something serious, and the world should know.
The most expensive Air Force ever built, the most advanced jets money can buy, and in less than 4 weeks, they are burning, not from some superpower, from Iran. Let's put the numbers on the table. because Washington won't, confirmed destroyed 1 KC-135 tanker, 3 F-15E Strike Eagles, 12 MQ-9 Reaper drones, and now 1 F-18 Hornet. Missing, unaccounted for, gone. Damaged but still breathing. 6 more KC-135 tankers, 1 F-35, the so-called invisible jet, 1 Black Hawk helicopter. That is nearly 20 US military aircraft in less than 4 weeks. Now let's talk about what this actually costs. In just the first 2 days of the operation, the Pentagon burned through $5.6 billion in munitions alone. By day 14, the official figure from Trump's own National Economic Council was $12 billion. That is the number they admitted to Congress. By March 4th, independent trackers had the running total at $36 billion, climbing at $2,300 every single second. Every single second. And that is before long-term veteran health care, before economic disruption, before the interest on war debt. Republicans on Capitol Hill were privately telling each other the Pentagon is burning close to $2 billion a day. Now add the aircraft. F-15, Strike Eagles, $117 million each. 3 gone. $351 million. Finished. KC-135 tanker, $80 million. Destroyed. MQ-9 Reapers, $30 million each, 12 gone. $360 million. Hunted and killed. F-35, $100 million, hit and limping. F/A-18 Hornet, $67 million, unaccounted for. Aircraft losses alone, over $900 million.
Look,
this video is long, and since you live in America, this video is just, it says meaning, but I don't call it because the analysis that this car gave. Now listen, so if you do not have interest in this war, and you went to this war within the first few days, we're going to the second month now. Within the first few days, you include all of these losses, and you stay, persevering. What do you really want? Or is it that, we say small shame is bigger than big shame, right? So you thought you were the giant, and then everybody's afraid of you. But one little ball knock you down on the floor right among everybody, and you still want to get even with this little ball. But still, every time you go, the little ball knocks you down more and more and bloody your nose. And you still want to go. So what are you looking for? Sister, talk to me. You live there.
Before Sister talk to you, they think that David and Goliath story. Hey, look, why is it this guy is begging his ally? I beg you, you can't help me. You need to redeem my life here. It's a big shame.
You can't move from there?
No, if you move from there now, look at the way people will laugh. They will not take it serious. This is the greatest superpower on the planet Earth. And for this little guy to just put you in big financial mess, so Iran will be laughing. And no, the thing is, look at what is happening. This is complete geopolitics that is being played out here without some of the big players seeing anything. The Houthis waited for a little while. They didn't want to get involved. Now, what happened? They know that Americans have sent some ground forces there. The Houthis started. So what they're going to do, they're going to close the other strips. That means it'll be more economic problem on the world. So the best way out, and he disrespected the UN that will come in and say, oh, UN, he said that the entity is not worth nothing. So UN not seeing anything. This is where we are now. So this guy,
he set up some group a few weeks ago
No, that group he set up, they called it the Board of Peace, and he made himself
Mhm.
chairman for life. It's not UN. That guy is deranged. So he will have to come and tell the people, oh, we won the war, but maybe he'll throw some kind of stupid bomb somewhere and say we won the war. But the guy is been defeated. That's the only way out, unless the Europeans decide to go in there and do something different. But they're not going to put boots on the ground. So Trump might do something crazy to say, oh, he put some kind of bomb like what he did the other day. Say they used the bomb that they used and they won the war after that 12 days. He may do something crazy like that to get out. But the longer this thing drag, he in a mess. And he knows that he in a mess. He just need to get out and say, look, we won the war. And he started singing songs, say they having peace talk. The Iranian came out and said, no, we're not talking to them. So, and he called
But anyway,
Pakistan, I beg your Pakistan, your please help. He calling everybody. He might call Joseph Boycott, the guy who can speak good English, to help. You never know.
We are in Europe, even though we are being affected too, and I don't understand why Norway that exports oil, our pump price, and since you talking about $4, right, for gallon, that's five liters.
Yeah,
5 liters. You know how much we pay for 1 liter here because we buy by liter, we don't buy by gallon. It's going up. Today was 27 krona is equal to almost $2.60 just for 1 liter.
Yeah.
Just for one beer bottle.
Yeah.
But you on the ground. You are on the ground. Talk to us. Yeah. When do you see an exit, or is there going to be an exit from the war, or we just fight until we die inside? I mean, we the world.
Let's not be pessimistic, brothers. The saying that history is always written by the victors, but not this narrative, this particular story. And in the season of Easter, war is not the answer. Peace is what we need. And like I said from the very beginning,
remember, you were fighting the people in their Ramadan. They are Muslim. You were fighting in their Ramadan. Now you coming to your Easter and you think about peace.
That's why history is very important. You got to know who you are dealing with. You must have an account of history. When they say, history will repeat itself, when people do not remember history, that memory is the challenge. And that's why I raise it from the Liberian situation, that we need to remember that history of agony and war and all that we went through. What we need to seek is to seek the passion of love, not hatred. This gentleman has lived with this over 39 years. Like you said, Linford, died in 1987 to now, 39 years counting. The naivety that the brother had, all right? He doesn't understand what history is. The sad narrative is that, yes, this is the guy that was chosen over a far more qualified person to lead. You see the disaster brother is handling us. I go in the trenches. I'm in the rural communities. I travel all around. Everybody crying. The grocery prices, everything is up in the sky. So this is a very challenging situation. And I said, like the defense secretary came up to this and said, oh, Britain, NATO, this, that, you guys got to get your share. That's what they're trying to tell you now. They're trying to find an option. So where is it? Pakistan is the one involved. Another nuclear power. All right. Here's the irony. Pakistan is to the teeth in terms of nuclear power. But where are they? They are in the negotiation process. All right. But he really did not understand the magnitude. But this is something that he's lived with over almost 40 years. Thinking that he can just do this. And like I said, the amnesia from Venezuela is what got him thinking, you know what? I would just go in there with just bump. If you listen to what the guy during the campaign with Obama and John McCain. He said, "Go bum 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 bum." That's the understanding. Some Americans, from a naive point of view, thinking that they can just move and they can march. Here we are. And like you and I, the way we grew up, the terrain that we've traveled, the difficulties. And you and I can go for what? We can go for a week or two without eating and survive on water, isn't it? Not these people here, man. 24 hours, no food. That's war.
Your custom.
War is gonna erupt
Uh, okay,
when everything is going up. So I have a
okay, but
question
you know,
because
we
November
we
is right here.
we
November is right here, and what
we
we're
have
gonna go.
we have all we have
So that's
overstepped our time. We've gone already 3 hours, and
yeah.
the discussion gets interesting as the hours go, and then we really don't know. But we're gonna be here on Friday, and the good thing is that every time today is Tuesday, but tomorrow Wednesday, even in the Yekeh Koluba case, there will be some new development. And then in this, our men know war, there might be, and they say the ground troops on the ground, we'll be hearing whether they start attacking or whatever. So we'll be here Friday with more details. But Jima, you got anything short to add, and then we can close up?
No, I just want to welcome Dr. Zizi G. Bade for coming to add to our contribution on the platform. We also want to welcome every time many other Liberians that are out there. The platform is open one. We have honest discussion here. So they sometimes sound like we're almost like putting on in a hot seat. That was not the point. The point was we were trying to make sure that we all delve into the issue. So we want to this a welcome. That's a welcome
That
to you
man,
again.
that man is used to that thing. So
Yeah. So no, it will look like you're making your guests unsettled. But in any case, I want to say thank you. You handled it very well. That's another test of time. And I want to say, with the issue of Yekeh, for me, that's my last comment here. I want to speak on the house going to be seriously divided. We're going to see that going on. It's not easy to impeach somebody and standing representative, except there's like some kind of foul play. Then we see it going out. But the question you raised, which is a concern, is if Yekeh is being moved or being kicked out of the house, what is the issue between the Guinea and Liberia border? Is it not resolved yet? How far are we going with the diplomacy? So this is the concern we have as Liberia. It has now been in my lifetime that we see these border issues gone so far, nothing being resolved. So it's worrying, and also it affects the lives and the trade between those two countries. People of that region, 26 villages in our region, and it have been affected, they've been displaced. And that's the concern here. We need to see how quick they can resolve the issue. And I want to say all those who join us to join on this Friday. And thanks for coming. And the doctor, we want to see you again. And other Liberians that want to come, want to listen to you. And let's talk Liberia here. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant weekend.
Let me.
Okay, guys. I don't know. Cesar, you want to part?
Yeah. Well, I want to wish you well. It's good to meet Brother Jamal, and I met Brother Chilople last week. I want to wish all of you a happy Easter. I want to wish you all Good Friday. It's a pretty busy schedule. I probably will join you sometime next week. But let us pray, as Brother Jamal indicated. I am in prayer and greatly concerned about what's prevailing at the border. I think about it every couple of hours. The government of Liberia must do all in its power to ensure that the region, Mana River region, that we don't gravitate to war. War is not the way to the future. It's not the way to the future for Guinea. It's not the way to the future for Liberia, neither Sierra Leone or Cote d'Ivoire. We are all interconnected, like Brother Jamal indicated, even that Salamba region. They are kingsmen, relatives, children, husbands and wives on both sides of the border. We need to remember that history and be aware. But let's get to the nitty-gritty. What is behind this? There has to be something much more deeper that you and I do not know, Brother and Brother Chilope. And I think our leaders owe it to us. In this age of AI, misinformation, disinformation, the government must be proactive. Ensure that the message that our people need and the reassurance they need, that they can have it. Because even many of us who are in faraway places, we all know how our connective tissues are all tied to the land. Families, relatives, brothers, people we grew up with. We are all interconnected. Let's keep that in mind.
Thank you so much. And we hope to see you back here like after the Easter break, and then you can, when you have flexible time, you can always join. You know the schedule already. It's Tuesday and Friday, so
at least the hour has changed. I didn't know that, so I'll keep that in mind.
just give me a prompt whenever you are free. Just give me a prompt in the middle of the day, and then when you wake up, like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning, that will be my midday. So you just prompt me, and then you will get a link. And Paul, you Paul, I don't know. I will not put one year more, but maybe you got your closing comment very quickly, and then we can go. It's almost exactly 11:30 will be closing. You got 3 minutes at most, or 2 minutes.
Yes, I want to say thanks to everyone, and thanks to Reverend Dr. Kwadev. It's good to interact with you. I love the exchange. It's good to have you here. You bring that diplomatic side of the thing on the other side, and the clergyman also play his part in it. So it's good to have that balance on the platform. Yeah, I think the government should forget about Yekeh Koluba. Let Yekeh be Yekeh, because the thing is, a guy is a noisy guy, and he have his noisy follower. Leave him and let's focus on our people in Lofa County and get that problem resolved. The crazy man, if they don't want him, 2029 just around the corner. Do mobilize people not to vote for him. Just leave him alone.
Don't make him the hero. You're right.
Yeah, focus on job creation. Focus on what you need to do for the people. Leave Yekeh. Yekeh will always be Yekeh, and they don't sell it. You can't say anything about him because Yekeh said he opposition. When you become leader, he jump on the opposition side and go after you. So they just leave him. I mean, I hope that the Guinea situation be resolved. And on Donald Trump, I got a massive television with a projector, and I just waiting to watch Rambo and Chuck Norris, all of these great.
No, but Chuck Norris just died. Chuck Norris just died recently.
I know. I said all the great actors. Now, this is the time that we sort of see a real combat happening in that country. So I'm waiting for boots on the ground so I can enjoy CNN correspondent giving me information how this seized one tanker. I'm just waiting, and I hope this happens. So, Remy, I'm not praying for Barton or Harry, but I just want to see American that this story is sold to all that one man can become a hero. I really want to see it in my lifetime before.
Yeah, it's a myth.
Linford, Chuck Norris is still alive, bro. So he's not dead, though.
Who?
I think it was.
Linford just said Chuck Norris is dead. I see he's not dead. He's still alive.
Jamal?
Oh, Chuck Norris did not die?
No, those things you see are all AI creations. It's not dead.
No, he passed.
When?
On the news.
It's on the news. Jamal, it's on the news.
He died
when?
Last week.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I mean, behind that, they say that AI, they can do AI, but they can't do AI with private.
Oh, yeah. Okay, got it now. He died on the 19th.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry about that. I got it wrong. I got a different story I'm looking at. Sorry about that.
So, guys, it was good being on the show tonight, and we hope to be here. For those of you who are joining us by the Jala TV, if you are Jala TV, and on our main page, and also on the YouTube page, we want to say thank you very much. And before we go, let's recognize the last group again. There were a few people who joined us at the last minute time. Doris Warner is the first time I see you here, and we hope you will be here. And Maya Smith. You can also come back here on Friday, same time, same place. You'll see the same faces or maybe additional faces because we had 2 people out tonight. But we're going to leave you with this particular important information so that you will know that the Bottom Line Liberia is not just limited to these discussions. There are other things that happen here on the Bottom Line Liberia discussions. And so you are welcome to be a part of us.
In a world drowning in noise, where sound bites replace substance, there's a voice cutting through the chaos. Audience with the Lord Chola Play conversation, where Liberians and global citizens tackle the questions we're afraid to ask. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. UK and Liberian time, and 9 p.m. Central European time, Audience with Lord Chola Play. On the Bottom Line, Liberia explores the issues that keep you up at night. Democracy's future in the age of misinformation. Economic systems that serve people, not just profits. Technology reshaping our lives. Reconciliation, development, and the crisis of meaning in modern Liberia. No easy answers, no tribalism, just intellectual courage, genuine curiosity, and the willingness to wrestle with complexity together. This is for Liberians who refuse to shrink their thinking, who believe nuance is wisdom, who are ready to remember how to think, not just what to think. Audience with the Lord Chola Play Show. Sunday, 8 p.m. Liberian time. Subscribe now. Join the conversation on the Bottom Line Liberia, because the questions that matter most are the ones we're brave enough to ask.